Hey, love muffins, it's Biscuit. Okay. So you love muffins have been. Oh wow, my face is so big. Okay, you love muffins have been asking me for quite some time. Biscuit, what is your coming out story? And my coming out story goes a little something like this. I officially came out my sophomore year in college. Up until then, I had these, thoughts and these feelings, but I kind of suppressed it. I was pre-med. I was very focused on becoming a physician, and that distracted me from myself and my sexuality. And so, I would have these thoughts like, for i.e., like, watching Tarzan and thinking that I'm going to be Jane and Tarzan's going to save me, but I never really thought about it. And I always found men to be attractive. And so, and I did women as well. So my sophomore year, I was dating / friends with this girl, and we had decided that, I decided something wasn't right. I was like, something's not right. I don't know what it is. It's not me. It's you. Number one breakup line in history. And so I decided that I wanted to take a break and just be friends and, kind of cut back on how much we were seeing each other. And so she introduced me to a person that she wanted me to meet that she thought was cute. And we all started hanging out. And I remember distinctly the night that we really hung out was when Carolina beat Duke. And if you know or heard anything about the Duke-UNC rivalry, you know how intense it is when Carolina wins or when Duke wins, and we both party at different schools. And so Carolina beat Duke. We went to Franklin Street, all three of us. We got pissy drunk. We came back to the room. My friend at the time, my girlfriend at the time, went to the bathroom, and he jumped on me and kissed me. And so that's how it all started. And the moment that my lips touched his, I realized that I was gay. In that moment, something resonated, and it was so true for me that I knew it. I knew it, like, oh, wait a minute. So here we go. So this is actually true for myself. And I went through this whole process of, I would want to be with him, and then I would get ashamed, and then I didn't want to be with him. And then it all became this crazy process. He kind of convinced me to pledge. And I know you love Mom's going to ask me, what were you going to pledge? It was Alpha Phi Alpha. And he was pledging, I was pledging. And it got to a point where I just, I started awakening through that whole process. I was like, wait a minute, something is not right. Like, I don't need to be, why am I pledging? Because Boo Boo the fool over here is pledging. And at the time, he wasn't comfortable in his sexuality. And I, immediately being the Aries that I am, once I identify something, to be true for myself, I accept it and I move on. So once I identified the fact that by kissing him and for other things that I realized that I was in fact gay, I was starting the process of accepting it, but I just so happened to be pledging. And it all boiled over to one day we were being pledged, and I was supposed to learn the elders or something, the founders of Alpha Alpha, and for some reason I got one of the names wrong. And why did I do that? Why did I get the name wrong? Because one of the alphas, they went in. He was like, so, you think you all that, you think you the SHIT, you know what I'm saying? You think you got 4.0, you're an RA, you went to science and math, and da-da-da-da. He was going in on me. And it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, I am the shit. And why am I in here right now? And furthermore, and what I did at the time, I just basically got up and walked out. And the next day I sent a letter, an infamous letter that a lot of people that went to UNC now know about. I sent an infamous letter to all the founders, to all the people the local chapter of Alpha Alpha at UNC, as well as the heads of the organization, basically saying that I think I started the letter out, I neither want nor need to be a part of. But the moral of the story is, that is my coming out story. One of my girlfriends at the time went to the bathroom, and the guy that she was introducing me to as someone she was interested in kissed me. And that was my moment of realization. Love Muffins, I want you in this video to share with me your coming out story, if you have a coming out story, or someone you know their coming out story. Mine was kind of crazy, but the thing is, once you realize something is true for you, you have to accept it. You have to accept it, and so therefore you can move on and become the person you want to be. After I realized that I was gay, I decided that I didn't want to do pre-med anymore, because I realized that pre-med was just a distraction for me because it was so intensive. That way I wouldn't have to deal with what was going on in my life. So share with me on this video your coming out stories, or any stories, crazy situations you may have had in your life. That was just one for me. I love you guys, and of course, double kisses. Mwah, mwah, bye-bye.